Happening now, a petition to rehome so-called dangerous dogs is underway in Jamestown after the pack was accused of killing a cat and threatening children. And 3 Jamestown residents in trouble with the law after illegally dumping along a city street. A look at the security video that led to charges now lodged. Plus, the annual fundraising event for St. Susan's Center is now underway. The details on how every cent can help.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
Thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. Our latest local news is coming up, but first, let's get a check of our weather forecast. Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter on deck with us today, and it's yet another beautiful spring, summer day out there.
Yes, it's a combination between spring and summer. We've got a lot of sunshine out there once again for today. So, the weather has just been a broken record. We've had a lot of this sunshine. You can see a few of those high clouds on the Chautauqua Lake Association Skycam, and this is going to continue through the afternoon hours. Now, this is a high-resolution satellite, so it's got a black background, but you can actually kind of see some of those high clouds. It's those little white lines that you see at times. Those are some of those high-level clouds. So again, we talked about it yesterday. High-level clouds means no rain, but we do have another threat for a increased wildfire risk because the dew points are still relatively low. So ultimately, again, the burn ban stays in place until Saturday. So again, just don't do any outdoor burning because again, we don't need wildfire. So bright sunshine out there for the afternoon. High clouds again arrive near record warmth. Look at these highs, 77 to 85 with a light southeast wind. Now, we do get a little bit more muggy tomorrow, then some rain arrives over the weekend. We'll talk about it with that Ultimate Satellite Solutions 7-day forecast later on in the show, Justin.
Alrighty, Dakota, we'll see you back in just a little bit. Thank you. Neighbors in the city of Jamestown have launched a petition seeking action against a group of so-called dangerous dogs who are frequently loose in the area. Our Julia Gress has the story.
Petition founder Mary Williams says the area surrounding 19 Myers Avenue is frequently terrorized by the Kent family's dogs, who she says do not abide by leash laws or secure their dogs within bounds of their property.
For the last year or so, our neighborhood has had a growing concern about some loose dogs. It seems like the more that you ask or the more that you call, there's not really being a solid resolution or anything being figured out, so the concern for the community is growing.
The concerned citizen contacted the City of Jamestown Dog Control Unit, who says the only thing officials can do is to catch the dogs if they are loose. In Williams' petition, which so far has yielded 50 signatures from those in the area, she calls on local leaders to take action to prevent someone from getting hurt.
Unfortunately, the dogs have attacked some neighborhood cats to death, and with our children all playing outside, I realized that once I came forward and made a petition that there was easily 50 people that felt the same exact way within a 3 or 4 block radius.
When reached by telephone, the dog's owner, Steve Kent, tells us the allegations are far from the truth.
These people are out of their minds, and I will fight like hell before my dogs get taken to go to any pound. We have cats running all over. Not one of them cats has came up hurt or injured or anything of the sort.
Kent went on to dispel claims that the dogs are hostile towards children, saying they were raised around his son and several grandchildren without an issue. The owner does, however, accept responsibility for their escape.
9 out of 10 times them dogs have been loose is because of my grandkids. We put the lock up high on the door. What'd they do? My grandson got a broom, boosted the lockup to let the dogs out.
In the end, petitioners believe the animals should be removed from the Kent's home since they have proven unable to abide by the leash law and have made no effort to contain the animals even after complaints.
We're kind of waiting for the disaster to happen, and we'd like to call on our local leaders and city council before there is a further loss of life.
Councilman Bill Reynolds, who represents the neighborhood, told WNY News Now that he urges Williams to bring her concerns to the next public safety work session meeting. Julia Gress, WNY News Now.
Julia, thank you. Anyone who has experienced an issue with these dogs are asked by petitioners to share their story as part of that petition process. A link to that form will be posted later today online at WNYNewsNow.com. A trio from the city of Jamestown are facing charges for allegedly dumping alongside a city street. The charges, Jamestown police say, stem from an ongoing issue of illegal dumping in the area of Pratt Avenue. As a result, detectives placed this security camera in the area and thus caught the culprits in the act. Police said on Wednesday 28-year-old Tamika Elson, 37-year-old Desmond Elson, and 47-year-old Lawrence White were recorded dumping a mattress and a television from the trailer pulled by their GMC pickup truck. The video was posted on the department's Facebook page, and police say within minutes their location were given to officers. Since then, officers, along with investigators from the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation, have charged the three with illegal disposal of waste. Tamika Elson was additionally charged for allegedly transporting solid waste uncovered in a truck. The charges carry a maximum fine of $1,500 for each violation. Governor Kathy Hochul's administration has officially reached a contract agreement with the New York State Law Enforcement Officers Union. That contract will run for 7 years until March 2030. It includes 2% salary increases for each of the years the agreement takes effect. The contract also includes changes to health insurance and increase in hazard pay. The agreement is subject to ratification by union membership, which will occur later this month. And to say thank you to active veterans and military members, the Chautauqua County Humane Society is hosting a special Paw Up adoption event this weekend. Military members and veterans, along with their families, are invited to the Running Store on Fairmount Avenue in West Ellicott Saturday from 11 to 2 for this event. Participants are asked to bring their military ID, and adoption fees will be waived on dogs over 6 months old and cats over a year old. The standard adoption process still applies here. Officials with the Humane Society go on to say that while this program is being highlighted this month, it is available year-round. Certainly great to see. As we continue this half hour, a look at the effort to help charter schools both in New York and Pennsylvania. And later, the push to hire more home health care workers continues in our region. We hear from those on the front line to hire. Stay with us. WNY News Now. We'll be right back.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Chautauqua County is in dire need of child care providers, and we need your help. The Chautauqua Child Care Council is hosting several special webinars to help you enter the child care industry. Setting up a child care program is easier than you think. It could start in your home, caring for a few children, or grow into a large operation at a daycare center. If financials are a challenge, no worries. The New York State Office of Children and Family Services is offering a grant opportunity to help you get started.
Celebrate the end of school and say hello to summer with a day of fun activities for children in the Jamestown area, hosted by Collaborative Children's Solutions and the City of Jamestown. The first part of the day happens at Northwest Arena, where both kids and parents alike can learn about activities available to youth. Later in the evening, finish out the night at the Tarp Skunk baseball game, along with a fireworks show at Russell Dietrich Jr. Park. Stop on down on Friday, June 24th, as we celebrate the end of school and say hello to summer.
Welcome to Honest John's Pizzeria, where you are the most important customer.
Everything from freshly made subs to the best of pizza and wings, Honest John's has it all.
And don't forget the ice cream!
Order online today or check out our 2 great locations with buffets ready for every appetite.
Don't I have the best job in the world?
You're gonna get it good at Honest John's.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
In Pennsylvania, advocates for public charter education rallied at the state capitol for school choice and education opportunities that address the needs of individual students. State Capitol correspondent Brendan Scanlon tells us more about the rally, as well as the debate on how public charters are funded.
If you ask Kinsley, Terrell, and James why they love charter school, they'll tell you it's because of the teachers and the unique opportunities to pursue their passions.
I love my charter school because most schools don't get to have what we have in our school.
A variety of unique opportunities like STEAM, a STEM education with an added A for art.
Who are studying STEAM and business, performing arts, agriculture. I mean, I think that speaks about what Pennsylvania is. We're diverse, we're inclusive, we look for innovation, and that's what our charter schools are providing.
They're able to choose what fits for the individual. Every student needs something different.
That at the end of the day, it should just be kid-focused.
Middle school math and science teacher Brandon Reichart says it's all about the individual student and giving parents a choice.
Our parents deserve a chance to kind of send their kid where they think they're going to be able to succeed in an educational environment that makes sense for them.
However, the way in which charters are funded and the amount per student that school districts have to pay is a major debate in Harrisburg and even a debate among many 2022 candidates. But education choice advocates say public charter education can have far-reaching benefits.
It's good for our students, our parents, our staff, our school leaders, and our communities.
You can't change communities without changing education.
And maybe the most important benefit, helping students like Kinsley, Terrell, and James discover what they want to be when they grow up.
A teacher.
Teacher?
Or rapper. I want to be a teacher, a rapper, I want to be an astronaut, and I want to be a nurse.
That's awesome.
I want to be like Lil Durk. I want to be like King Von Soul's brothers.
And if you're not familiar, Lil Durk and King Von are both rappers. So we heard from aspiring nurses, astronauts, and yes, even rappers who say their charter school is helping them follow their dreams. In the state capitol. For Erie News Now, I'm Brendan Scanlon. Back to you.
All right, Brendan. Certainly great to see those kids engaging there. Thank you, sir. Well, speaking of charter schools, a bill that would have removed a cap on charter schools has failed to pass here in the New York State Senate. Our Senator George Borrello first advanced the amendment during debate on legislation this week, establishing an Office of Racial Equality and Social Justice, arguing that there's no better path to those goals than providing high-quality education opportunities to families who are traditionally marginalized. Under New York State's law, only a total of 460 charter schools can exist, with a separate cap set for New York City. Currently, there are no more charters available in the city, where demand for access to the schools, he says, is overwhelming. And across the U.S., parents are having trouble feeding their infants. The problem is a shortage of baby formula available for sale. In some places, the shortage has become a crisis. In at least these 8 states, formula is more than half out of stock. The issue are supply chain problems in February's recall, which shut down an Abbott nutrition plant in Michigan. Abbott saying that could take 10 weeks to get the supply back to normal. First, it needs the FDA's approval to restart production. Members of both parties say they're concerned. In this statement, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell blames the Biden administration. And if you're trying to feed your babies, doctors say don't make formula from home or out of scratch. Experts say you could consider these tips. First, switching brands, trying to restart lactation, or asking your pediatrician about using cow's milk or toddler formula instead. Well, if you know or have a loved one that needs at-home care, then you know how important it is to have good help. As Erie News Now's Elspeth Meisner reports, those employers in our region are now pushing to hire.
It's terrifying to know that there are a number of people in Erie going without the care that they need every day.
It's stressful for Brady Himes to organize schedules to make sure clients are getting the care they need when she doesn't have enough people to work.
We absolutely have noticed a shortage. It's been difficult at times to get some people staffed. It seems as though everybody quit working during the pandemic, and we're having a hard time getting people to want to come back to that.
With a lack of workers, she says hiring events are part of the new norm, which gives people like Sarah Crosby a chance to help someone in need.
Because it could be your family members that need the care, and you want somebody with a passionate heart to take care of them.
She's done this job for years and said a smile makes the long days worth it.
Just the smile of the people I take care of, just to see them have a brighter day is enough for me.
And for people who have been doing this job for years or people who are walking through these doors for the very first time, their goal is the same. They want to do their part to help others. Kayla Munch has a different need for working at Help at Home. She's worked to take care of her brother for the past 2.5 years.
It's like a struggle because you never know, like he has a brain injury, so he still uses a walker. He could fall at any time. So it's a lot of stress, but it's also awesome that I'm doing it. Me and my boyfriend are doing it. So it's nice.
These shortages add another layer of stress to an already difficult field. Elspeth Meisner, Erie News Now.
Definitely need some relief there. Elspeth, thank you for your reporting. Coming up next, the latest effort to fight inflation nationwide. And later, what's next after the U.S. Senate failed to pass a nationwide abortion bill in the wake of a leaked Supreme Court opinion. But first, when we return, a full look at our weather forecast. And it's a beautiful day out there to, hey, look like they're walking a dog at Lakeside Park. We'll be right back.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
How prepared is your family if a hurricane shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a blizzard? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes. Make a plan today.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
Move over.
When you see signs,
lights,
vests,
please give us some room.
Slow down. Slow down and move over.
When you need help,
it's our job
to help you.
To save you.
Despite the danger.
This danger is real. Do your part.
Please.
Slow down. Slow down. And move over.
Move over.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor.
Testicular cancer is the leading form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35.
1 in 250 men will be diagnosed with testicular cancer.
But 98% will survive if detected early.
As a survivor, I believe early detection is the key. Learn how to do a testicular self-exam and other important facts about testicular cancer at oneball4tc.com.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Fast, accurate, and everyday. First Defense Weather.
Welcome back, and if you are walking the dog, just be aware of those pavement temperatures. You know, full sunshine, you can get really hot on that pavement. News Now cam showing you pretty much just those blue skies downtown. We're at 74 right now as of noon hour. A light wind, but look at the dew point at 42. That's why we have that elevated fire risk once again for today, because the air is relatively dry. Now today though, take a look at the records for today. The record for the city of Jamestown is 87, set back in 1992. As a matter of fact, all the records across the region were set in 92. There was a big air mass that came through back in 92 that ultimately caused records to be broken all across the region. Now, I don't think here in the city we're going to break a record. These are the forecast high temperatures for today. We're going 82 here in the city, 83 in Randolph. Buffalo is going to get close though at 85, 78 in Erie. Once you work towards the Lake Erie shoreline, you'll see the cooler temperatures today, but look at the average, 68. So that gives you an idea of how warm we are for this time of the year. Now, the next thing we're keeping an eye out is for tomorrow, because the humidity values will start to rise tomorrow. So the wildfire risk will end for tomorrow, but it ultimately does turn a little bit more sticky. Now, the overall humidity is not going to be too bad, but you will notice a little bit more stick in the air once you walk outside tomorrow, because the humidity values will start to increase. So high pressure still in control. This has pretty much looked the same over the past couple of days, just that big dome of high pressure sitting over here, keeping all the clouds and the weather away from us. So let's take a look at Future Scan, and you'll be able to see here, this is mostly those high level clouds that it's picking up here through the afternoon hours. Now, through the evening hours, we should be mainly clear, but overnight, I do think a few couple of clouds will start to move in. So we'll call it mainly clear on average for the overnight hours. Tomorrow will be another looker of a day with lots of sunshine. And again, temperatures will still be around 80 degrees for tomorrow. And the overall, stickiness in the air will start to increase a little bit. But by the time we go into Saturday, we'll see our next chance for rain. And we need rain around here. We haven't had rain in a week. 58 here to start the day tomorrow, 75 at noon with lots of sunshine, getting close to 80 degrees once again for tomorrow. The future powered by Ultimate Satellite Solutions. So 80 once again tomorrow, scattered storms Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures go back down into the 70s, and then we will stay right around May temperatures as we go into early next week with just limited sunshine for both Tuesday and Wednesday. Justin?
All right, yeah, we're going to be soaking it up, Dakota. Thank you very much. Well, all around the nation now, President Joe Biden has blamed Russia's invasion of Ukraine for rising inflation and food shortages Wednesday. That was during a visit to a farm in Illinois, where the president praised the American farmers for being, quote, the breadbasket of democracy, unquote. Biden also announced his administration is taking action to increase domestic food production and to lower the cost of food.
America's fighting on two fronts. At home, it's inflation and rising prices. Abroad, it's helping Ukrainians defend their democracy and feeding those who are left hungry around the world because Russian atrocities exist. And Jeff and the American farmers understand Putin's war has cut off critical sources of food.
Russia and Ukraine together account for almost 30% of the global wheat production. The African continent may feel the largest impact of this war because Ukraine is the sole supplier of wheat to a number of African countries. In response, the Biden administration will encourage farmers to boost production by double cropping in the U.S. That's the practice of harvesting two crops in the same field in the same year. Well, a judge is ordering former President Donald Trump to pay $110,000 in fines. Wednesday, a New York judge lifted a civil contempt finding against him, but it comes with conditions, including the payments of fines and disclosing Trump's organization policies about keeping and destroying documents. New York's Attorney General wants Trump to turn over all records as part of a civil tax fraud investigation into his organization's financial practices. Trump was found in contempt for failing to turn in records and has been fined $10,000 a day since then. The judge Wednesday said he will reinstate the contempt finding if Trump fails to comply with the terms by May 20th. A bill aimed at preserving access to abortion nationwide has been shot down in the Senate. This as the Supreme Court may have set to overturn the landmark 1973 Roe v. Wade ruling as soon as next month, as indicated by a recently leaked draft opinion. Cole Higgins has the latest.
The motion is not agreed to.
In a 49-51 vote, a version of the Women's Health Protection Act, a bill put forward by Democrats that would codify the right to access abortion established when Roe v. Wade became federal law, has failed to make it through the Senate amid widespread Republican opposition to the measure.
Democrats' radical bill is as extreme gets. It ignores modern science. It is tone deaf to public opinion. Nothing about their bill merely codifies the current case law on this issue.
Democratic Senator Joe Manchin also saying he's not on board with the bill.
It is not Roe v. Wade codification. It's an expansion. It wipes 500 state laws off the books. It expands abortion.
The GOP's block on the bill outraging Democrats.
My decision. My decision. My decision.
Sadly, the Senate failed to stand in defense of a woman's right to make decisions about her own body.
President Biden lashing out in a statement saying, quote, "We will continue to defend women's constitutional rights to make private reproductive choices as recognized in Roe v. Wade nearly half a century ago. And my administration will continue to explore the measures and tools at our disposal to do just that." I'm Cole Higgins reporting.
Next, an annual fundraising event for St. Susan's Center is now underway. The details coming up.
coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
Visit the Northwest Arena on Friday, June 24th, as we celebrate the end of school and say hello to summer. Learn about activities available to youth in the Jamestown area, plus end the night with fireworks at the Tarp Skunks game. Learn more online at ccsolutions716.com.
There's an old saying, there's no news in the newsroom. Well, it's true. The time I spend at the anchor desk is just part of my day. Most of our time is spent gathering stories in the community, stories that matter to you. We can't do it alone, and we need your help. When you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about, drop us a line on Facebook today, email our news desk, or call our newsroom at 488-7226 so we can bring those stories straight back to you.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way. My kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
The 23rd annual Cents for St. Susan's campaign is now underway, kicking off with a breakfast to thank their sponsors, St. Susan's board members, and those with the Jamestown BPU. Our Bronson Rasmussen reports.
That's right, Justin. Here at St. Susan's Center, they have started their campaign, Cents for St. Susan's, but first thing they had to do was thank all of their sponsors. One of their major events for the year, the Cents for St. Susan's campaign, is a community-wide effort that Executive Director Sherry Rowland tells us helps fund operations.
Cents for St. Susan is a campaign to help us fund part of our meals for the year, our operating expenses for the year.
Since the campaign started in 2000, the drive has earned a total of $280,771. As communications coordinator for the BPU, Becky Robbins says, is a tremendous feat for everyone involved.
You know, we never really set a goal. We just hope for the best.
The funding drive features yellow containers that will be placed throughout the community to collect change from the public to help fund the soup kitchen's endeavors.
You will find the BPU St. Susan's Cents containers at various businesses around Chautauqua County. And if you have a couple cents, dollars, put into the canisters, that would be wonderful.
Previously, the St. Susan's Center hosted their 19th annual basket fair to help raise funds for the community center. As Roland tells us, there are many ways to help the St. Susan's Center. Some of these ways are by donating redeemable bottles and cans that are being collected by the BPU at their customer service office, Don's Car Wash, and the Southside Redemption Center, among other ways of helping.
They can come right down to St. Susan's and they can volunteer. They can help us with programs and projects that we have going on here at St. Susan's.
The Cents for St. Susan's is a worthy cause that many can't wait to sink their teeth into. Reporting, Bronson Rasmussen, WNY News Now.
All right, Bronson, thank you very much. The BPU Dakota also plans on holding a hot dog sale. That's at their customer service office on June 3rd to help benefit the St. Susan's Center. So it's really great to see, and there's so many people that I think get involved, and we were just talking about it a little before the show, Bronson and I, and you can donate a penny or more, or in this case, what, you donate a bottle, is it 8 cents? Is that how much you get back?
20 I think cents. It's 5.
5 cents, 5 cents. So you get 5 cents for one bottle.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes to so good. Imagine if everybody in Jamestown donated 5 cents, or you know, say they donated $1 or $10, the cost of a coffee or something like that. I mean, it's really, really great to see people come together. And a lot of times, at least for me, maybe this is not a problem everybody has, but I get these water bottles, right? Like we have them in the office, and the bags just pile up, and it becomes a chore. It's like, well, I don't want to go to Wegmans and have to put them in the machines, and so you donate them to somewhere like Don's, and you say, hey, give the proceeds to St. Susan's, and it really does make all the difference. So.
Well, my brother every year, I think it's for Thanksgiving or Christmas, it's one of the two holidays. He packs up the kids in the truck and goes down to St. Susan's Center and hands out dinners.
Right, and it makes all the difference to so many. So that's going to do it for us today. We'll leave you with this look over downtown. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy the warmth.